What's up, everybody? Zach here. I'm a brand strategist, photographer, and videographer, and I spend the majority of my time helping businesses and organizations with their brand strategies and also executing on those strategies if they so choose. So, in this video, I'm going to be helping you guys out with something called a persona. So, a persona is something that we form anytime that we're creating anything for a business. We have to form personas around their customers, their ideal audience, so that we can kind of gauge anything that we're making, whether that be on the design side, the video or photo side, anything creative. We like to gauge whether or not those things are actually going to land and have a positive impact with the target audience. So, whenever you're building a brand as a business or organization, it's very systematic in nature. There are a lot of things that have to happen at certain times, at certain places, in order to successfully build a brand over the long term. But to simplify it, building a brand is nothing more than humanizing your brand as if it's a person, meaning giving it an actual personality. Think about why you like people, why you like some people and you dislike other people. It's because of personality. So that's why we define a brand personality. And then on the other side of it, you define your ideal audience that you want to go after and some ideal customers within those ideal audiences. So, the reason that we do that is so that we can make sure anything a brand creates is consistent with the brand and its personality, but is executed in such a way that it's attractive to their ideal audience and their ideal customers. So, how do we go about that? We create personas around that ideal audience. So, I'll tell you what that looks like. First, I'll sit down with the brand during brand strategy and I'll question them to figure out who is their audience currently, meaning who is the primary group of people that they're generating the majority of their revenue from. And then I'll ask the question, if that's not your ideal customer, then who is your ideal customer? Who is your ideal audience? And then once we define who the ideal audience is, I'll give you an example. Dads age 45 to 50 living in San Antonio, Texas, in high end communities. Well, if that's the target demographic or target audience that we want to be going after, then what I'll do is I'll start to seek out people like that. If depending on the network that you have currently, it may be difficult to find the people that you need to talk to. It may be easy to find the people that you need to talk to. But for some of us, it may be difficult to reach a dad who's age 45 to 50 who lives in a high end community in San Antonio, Texas. So, what is the next question that I ask businesses that I'm working with? I ask, well, where do I find these people? Obviously, at home is where they're at the majority of the time, but when they're not there, where do I find them? Oh, we've noticed that they like to hang out at coffee shops, or like they like to go to Lifetime Fitness or all these other places. And once we know where these people hang out, I'll actually go and seek out these individuals and I'll look around and I'll see who matches the profile. And I'll just walk up to them and be like, hey, my name is Zach. I'm a brand strategist and I've been contracted by a local brand in X industry to seek out more information about their ideal audience. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions? I'm happy to buy you a drink, or I'll pay for your meal if we're at a restaurant, or I'll buy you a gift card or a cup of coffee just to sit down and answer some questions for me. And with these meetings, I'm not stingy. If they want a $100 gift card, I'll give them a $100 gift card. If they want me to pay their $30 meal, whatever, because the information that they're going to give me is valuable and it's pivotal to anything that my team and I are going to produce for the brand itself that's hiring us or that has hired us already. And when I'm sitting down with these individuals, there's three different things that I'll do to learn about them. Number one, I'll interview them, which is the face to face, just asking, what does a day in your life look like? And just asking that question is going to reveal a whole bunch of details about how they live their life, the things that they go through, all that stuff. And then Other than that, I'll observe them. So this is something that I'll do sometimes before I talk to them. I like to sit back, and if they're scrolling on their phone or on their iPad or on their laptop, I like to see what websites they're going to. I like to see, do they primarily use Instagram more or Facebook more or TikTok more? Where do they spend the majority of their time online? How do they consume media? What are they entertained by? Things like that. And I like to observe people without them knowing, because people will often behave differently if they know that you're watching them. I forgot what this term is called, but people behave differently when they know they're being watched. And so it's important that they don't know that, so I can gauge their true user behavior. And then the third thing that I'll do is surveys. And these are just, kind of hands off. These are typically done over like an email newsletter or an email list if the brand or business actually has one who's hiring us already. And we'll form the survey questions themselves based off of the things that we learned during interviews and observations. And once we do all of these three phases, and sometimes it's mainly just interviews and observations, the whole point of this is to form user personas around the ideal customer that we're trying to speak to. So if a business already has a primary customer, they want to change to a new one, we try to learn everything we can about that new customer. Or oftentimes the business already has a primary customer, they just don't know anything about them. They kind of got them by accident. And so we'll learn everything we can about them, just like we would if they wanted to switch the ideal customer. And what we're trying to do is form personas. And personas, some people call them avatars, but they consist of demographic information and psychographic information. So a persona has the name, age, gender, education level, job title, yearly income, marital status, whether or not they have children as well is also helpful, and residency, which is where they live. These are like the key demographic things that you'll need to organize this persona. And then if we keep going from there, we get into psychographics, and these tell us even more about the person. So, some questions here that I like to gauge are, what other brands they like? That can help you in your creative process, creating things that are attractive to them. What are their hobbies and interests? That can help you, again, with design and where to fit your product into their lifestyle. What are their opinions, attitudes, deeply held beliefs? This will tell you a lot about the individual. Where do they consume their news and entertainment from? What do they believe? Are they on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Reddit? Where are they at? That'll tell you where you need to be in order to reach them. What are their external wants and internal needs? That will inform you a lot about how you can position your product in such a way, or your business in such a way, to really be a pivotal point in their lives. Next, what are their pain points? If you have a certain product and you're trying to target like young women recently married who happen to have children, a pain point is getting stuck in traffic every morning while they're taking their kids to school. How could you as a brand position your product in such a way that it resolves that pain point? I'm not sure if you're even going after that target, but this is just an example. Next, what does the individual gain by working with your brand? What are the negative outcomes and stakes if they don't? These psychographics will go a long way to informing you or giving you all the information that you need in order to attract this particular individual to the brand. So, again, when you're building a brand, all you're doing is you're defining a personality around the brand as if it's a person. You're learning everything you can about your target audience and the customers within them. And then you are creating things from the top to the bottom, bottom to top. You're creating things in such a way that they are consistent with the brand and its personality, in such a way that it is attractive and solves problems for your ideal audience and your ideal customers. I know, making it sound really simple, but this is how we really do this. My team and I have built brands for a few companies now, and we seem to be doing it successfully. those brands seem to be making money. And I want to share it with you guys, whether you are a business owner, whether you're a marketer, a brand director, whatever it is that you're doing. My objective is to be a part of your brand building process, even if you're not directly contracting me and my team to come in and do it ourselves. I want you guys to be confident and able to do this, because if you can build a brand that helps a business or organization substantially increase its local, community, worldwide awareness, which helps those entities gain more revenue. More revenue means that everyone gets to provide for their families, for their friends, means the kids get to go to college, it means all the bills are paid. And I grew up not being able to pay all of my bills. So the fact that there are systems in place that will enable us to generate more revenue so that we can attain our dreams is very motivational to me. And it's too motivational to keep it all to myself. So I hope this helped you. We covered what a persona is. A persona consists of demographic information and psychographic information. Demographics include name, age, gender, education level, job title, yearly income, marital status, and residency, which is where you live. And psychographics include other brands they like, hobbies and interests, opinions, attitudes and beliefs, news and entertainment, external wants, internal needs, fears, pain points, gains, negative outcomes, and stakes. I hope that you can take this information and learn everything there is to know about your customers, and then change the way that you do things as a business or organization based on what you've learned. Again, my name is Zach. I hope this video helped you. Please like this video if it was valuable. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. Every subscriber makes me feel all warm and toasty inside, and it lets me know that there's a point to all of this and people actually want to learn about how to build brands. And yeah, share this with somebody who may need to hear it or see it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.